Thanks for joining. We are inside day number 6, and today I'm going to show you lab related to feature template and the device feature template. And again, if I go back here to this place, so today one of my video is going to be Premiere. You can see this is Cisco SD-WAN Black Belt training. In this also, I have covered most of the things related to the templates, feature templates, etc. So this video you can also refer in future because this is built like these are a small 10 minutes video, and these 10 minutes video I have joined together, so overall duration is more than 3 hours, but they are actually very much new videos related to SD-WAN that I have created, and they are very much refreshing. And the way I have done the lab, slowly I have shown all the steps and all the steps, and that particular lab will grow slowly. It's a big lab, but all the parts I try to configure slowly, and even I have configured some CS devices as well. All right. So in this class, what we want to do, we want to configure a device with template. Now, what are the things we can do the configuration with? Means what are the things you can configure in the Viptela boxes or SD-WAN devices? Configuration means what? Show run, right? But running configuration or whatever there is in the device. But Cisco SD-WAN devices are not only that show run, because they have all the configuration plus they have the policy as well. Now, I told you earlier that this policy that these devices having, they may have their own local policy. It is termed as sometimes it is localized policy something. We'll see later on in the policy section. But they may have some local policy like QoS policy, some access policy, some mirroring, port mirroring, etc., etc. Like there are some policies which are local to the box. So they have this policy, so that may be part of their template, or they may get this configuration from VSmart. This is also VSmart. So other policy they may get from VSmart as well, and later on we'll try to understand more and more about this configuration or this policy part that is coming from VSmart to the device, because that is also part of the device configuration. And if it is a data policy, remember, if it is a data policy, then we as devices will download those configuration. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So the configuration we have is the configuration plus the policy configuration. Mostly that policy configuration that reside within the edge devices, they are nothing but the local policy or localized policy. Okay, so all these things we are going to understand today. So now again, if I go back and try to draw, so what are the things you will configure in device? Obviously, you have something called basic configuration. Basic configuration means SNMP configuration or basic global, better if I global, basic global. AAA configuration, some logging configuration, some OMP configuration globally, SNMP configurations, banner configuration. These are nothing but the configuration that is there in all the devices. They are actually global to all the enterprise devices. Then you will find that you have something called device specific configuration, such as VPN 0, and then VPN 0 interface, VPN 0 interface configurations. Likewise, you have something called VPN 512 and then VPN 512 interface configuration. Correct. But apart from that, we know that we have service side VPN as well. Suppose one VPN is for guest, one VPN is for employee, one VPN is for contractor, etc. So suppose if we have VPN 10, 20, 30, So you have to do the configuration for VPN 10, 20, 30 as well. And suppose in these VPNs, if you are running some BGP, OSPF, EIGRP, those configuration we have to do. Right. So today what we'll do, today I will go to one of the data center device and slowly we'll build VPN 0, VPN 512 and VPN, any service VPN, maybe VPN 10 and VPN 20 configuration apart from the global configuration, right? And then obviously we'll understand these things. When we'll do the configuration, I will go and explain you that how you can go and define the variables as well. Because if you do this, this is something like, this is some feature you have in SD-WAN that you have to learn by doing practice. Means if you do practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, then it will become very clear to you. If you are very new to this feature template and device feature template, to create the template first time, it may take you 3 to 4 hours if you are creating all the features and all. Second time, maybe 2 hours. Third time, maybe 1 hour. Next time, maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes. It's like that. Okay, so let's try to build our configuration. Let me go to the vManage dashboard. Here we are. Let's go here and check the, so first of all, I will go and go to the devices. Let's pick one device which is in vManage mode. For example, DCVH1. You can go to DCVH1. And I want to take the running configuration of DCVH1. So for that, you can go to the configuration and devices. Once you are here, you see where is the DCVH1. Here you can see this is the DCVH1. And here you can click the 3 dots. You can see the running configuration. It is generating that. I am taking this running configuration just for the reference. So when we'll go and create our configuration, we'll come here and refer that configuration. Now, if you see the CLI configuration, you'll find that the system, you have system as a specific configuration or system-wide configuration. That is nothing but global. So up to here, you have something called system-wide configuration. Then you have AAA configuration. So up to here, you have AAA configuration. Then you have this logging configuration. Then you have this AAA configuration, sorry, NTP configuration. Then you have some zone-based firewall that we can check later on. It's related to security. Then you have BFT, bidirectional forward detection. Then you have OMP specific configuration. Then you have the security template. Then you can see the SNMP wide configuration. Then you can see the banner. Then you can see this VPN 0. And within VPN 0, you have to go and create the interface. So VPN 0 is different template and interface is different template. But within the VPN 0, you have to go and create the static route. So if you have 2 interfaces here, you have to create 2 templates. Then QoS is there. QoS will come with the local policy. We can check QoS later on. This IP route should come inside VPN 0. So this is part of VPN 0 configuration. This is part of VPN 0 configuration. Then you can see that we have the service side VPN 10. So this will be one configuration, and inside VPN 10 you can go and enable OSPF and all those things. And you can do redistribution, etc. We'll check that. Inside this VPN 10 you can see that we have interface. So interface is one configuration, and then you can see IP route. Actually this IP route is VPN 10. Then you have over VPN 10 itself we have OMP. So within VPN 10 we have this OMP configuration. Then again you can see that you have VPN 20 is one template. And within VPN 20 is OSPF. Within VPN 20, you have interface for VPN 20, IP route within, obviously, I think it's VPN 20 configuration. OMP is again within the VPN 20, and then you have VPN 512 and interface VPN 512, and this is IP route. Whatever place you are seeing IP route, this is for VPN 512, and then policy. Leave this policy at the moment. I don't know why this policy is there. Actually, this is maybe some localized policy there. Later on, we'll go and see. So policy part we can discuss later on. We'll go and study about the policy. I'll go and delete the rest of the configuration. This is mostly policy and QoS local policy. All right, so now we can see, oops, now you can see that we have this configuration. This is some sort of CLI, but today we don't want to create the CLI template and all. All these things we want to create with some sort of template. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll create templates. So you can see this is one template, this is template number 2, then template number 3. Maybe you have 14, 15 templates. Within these templates are default. So we'll go and use some default template. Means at the moment, I don't know what is the NTP server and all, the logging information and all. So we can use some default template that is there in the dashboard itself. We can utilize that. So what I'm telling that if you go to the configuration and templates, go to device template. Device template is combination of feature templates. So we'll go to the feature template and I want to add one VeloCloud, that is our device type. Now you can see this basic information. So first of all, I want to create system-wide template. So you can see, let's follow this order. So I can go on top, you can see that we have this system template. So we'll go and create this system template first. Click here. Once you click, then you can go and give the name. I'll start anything with A. You can give any. Just to filter out, I want to start with this. Anything we can start. So A underscore system DC. It's just the name, system-wide configuration. Now within system-wide configuration, you can see here that we have multiple options, right? And if you come here and if you click here, you will see that you have this global. Global means you are fixing that value. If I go and click global, that means if I go and put 10 here, that means the site ID I am fixing for this particular template is 10. So I'm not making this as a variable. Global means no variable. Then you have something called device specific. The device specific means variable. A system IP, even we can go and give our name as well. So DC. So now we have created the variable system site ID for DC like that. The system IP, the moment it is variable system IP, we can leave it because we want to make this as a variable. Overlay ID by default it is 1. If you see this sign means default. No need to change anything, not required. Now if you are specific to time zone, you can go and give the time zone. You can leave this as a default. Host name is a variable. Yes, it will ask us what is your host name. Then location. What's the location? Do you know what's the location? Do we have location thing here? We have GPS location, site ID, organization name, and the vBond IP. Like that, we have these information. So let's go back here. Location, device group. These things are not required. Controller group means VSmart group. not required. Max OMP session not required, we can leave it. Then GPS information you want to give, you can go and give that as a variable. You have any endpoint tracker, means over VPN 0, you are tracking anything. At the moment we are not tracking, leave it. You can go and create the object for the tracker, leave it. Then control plane policing by default 300 packets is a default, leave it. DTLS MTU 1024 is also default. By it will go and do the port hopping. So DTLS, whenever they are forming DTLS tunnel control connection, they are using certain defined port numbers, and we have range of port numbers. Suppose, for example, it will start with port number 1. If that port is unavailable, then it will go to 5, 9, 13, like that it can do with the port hopping. Offset is 0, that's okay. Some of the things are default, we can leave this. Then it is telling that local vbond, is that device is local vbond. Actually this is there for vbond. When you do the configuration for vbond is vbond IP for vbond is local, so in that case we are using that. You want to track anything? No. SV controller off, gateway tracking by default on, host policing, allow same site tunnel off, route consistency check. So here you can see that as per this configuration, admin tech on failure, no route consistency check, no VRRP advanced, etc. So route consistent is off. Collection of reboot admin tech is on. So default configuration, which is working fine. On demand talent is off. Right. So we have almost everything in this configuration template. This is nothing but the system-wide configuration. We can go and save it. It is telling some error somewhere. Maybe don't need it. I'll make this default. Click save. So what we have done here, we have created one feature template. If you come to this page, you'll find that there are something called default template. So whenever Cisco, once you have your vManage up and running, so there are so many default templates. That means Cisco is giving so many templates. If you want, you can rename and use it. The non-default template that we are creating. If I go and filter with A underscore, you can see that we have created one template because we have created. So this is not default. That's why it is non-default template, right? So now we have one template, feature template created. Next, we can go and create the AAA. Although AAA, I don't have much information related to AAA. So what we can do here, we can go and search, do we have any AAA template? No. Then what we'll do, go and search all. So there are some factory default templates related to AAA, but are those templates for VeloCloud? Let's see. DCVS is using, yeah. So what we can do, we can go here, click to these 3 dots, click copy, and I'll make this A underscore DC. I want to use this default. So now if I go and search with A underscore, you can see that we have created A underscore 2 templates are there. Let me do one thing. Let's go to the non-default. So we have created 2 templates so far. One we have created, one we have copied from the default template. It has some default values and all. Next, what we want, so 2 templates we have created. Logging and NTP. So these are also some default configuration and BFT. So logging, NTP and BFT. Let's use the default one. So again, I can go here and you can go to, like that you can go and search, or I will show you the other way around as well. So for example, you can go and click add template, search for cloud, VH cloud, check where is the, so here you have BFD, NTP you have, we'll go and create. Let's see where is the logging. We have banner here, here we have logging. Simply go there and do one thing, A underscore logging and DC. Do not do any change in between server and disk and all, because we don't have logging server informations. So we can go and create like this. Oops. Non-default. So now you can see we have created 3 templates. Likewise, I will go and create 2 more. One we can go and create for BFT, A underscore BFT. At the moment, we do not know how BFT is working. We have complete 1-day class just to understand how BFT is working in the Viptela fabric. So I will not explain you all these multiplier, Paul interval and all, because it's quite interesting. We have 10-15 slides just to understand this BFT. So when the BFT thing will come, I will explain more. At the moment, simply I'm giving the name, leaving everything default and creating it. Then we can go and create one more just for NTP. A underscore NTP DC. And now if you know the NTP server information, the authentication key, all these parameters you can go and put. Moment we don't have, so we can leave this also. So what we have done so far is this, that we have created one template for system-wide configuration, then one for AAA, then one we have created for logging, then NTP, then BFD. Right. Security also I can go and use some default configuration. So I will show you, even if you do not use this default, while creating the device feature template, they will propose you that you want to use default, you can use default at that time as well. Okay, so security I will not create, I will show you while pushing the template, while creating the device feature template from these feature templates, how it can be fulfilled. Then OMP, this OMP configuration that you are seeing here, this is also some very much default. So I can go and use the default later on. I will show you how we can go and use. Even SNMP also is default. So SNMP also will go and use the default configuration. Banner we can go and use. So let's go and create our banner. Somewhere you'll find this banner, and then we can go and create banner A, banner DC. We know that different type of banners are there. Message of the day, MOTD, login banner. I'll put global thing there. Or maybe if you want, you can make this is variable as well, right? I made this as a variable. While pushing the value, it will ask all this information. All right, so how many templates we have created? We have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how fastly we can go and create all these templates. So banner is also done. Now the main thing and little bit difficult thing we have. A VPN 0. First of all, we'll create VPN 0. Inside VPN 0, how many interfaces we have? 2 interfaces. So let's go and create a VPN 0 template. So we can come here, we can click add template for the cloud. Can I scroll a little bit down here? Here you have this VPN, and then here you have VPN interface. So first create VPN. Too much information you'll find while creating this VPN. And that's why the video I have shown earlier in my recording session that is going to be premiered today. You can watch this VPN 0. I have created VPN 0 for different devices, VHCS devices, all the VPN configuration and all. All right. So VPN 0. Now, what information you want to put? Very less information, DNS information, and then this host information. So DNS IP 198.168.1.1, and this is the vBond IP. So let me show you that how you can go, and so you can see that VPN 0 and click DNS. You can go and give the primary and DNS IP. Once you put first IP, then automatically the next line will come. 254. Let's see. Yeah. Second, although this is the primary, that means 254 is primary and second. Then host mapping. Host mapping, you see new host mapping. This is nothing but for the vBond. This is the vBond DNS IP, and then the list of IP. So 198.168.1.11, and then 198.168.1.21. Let's see, 11 and 21. Yeah. Then we can click here. So now we have these 4 lines of configuration. But I told you earlier that within the VPN 0, you have to go and give this static routes. Okay, this IP routes. So within VPN 0, if I scroll up, you'll see on top you have something called IPv4 route. Click there, and then you can go and add the static routes, default routes. So 0000/0, and then you have to define the next hop. Next hop I'll go and define as a variable, because we have 2 interface. One is going towards internet and one is going towards the MPLS. Click add. Now you can see 2 hops for this default, and click save. So we have created one template for VPN 0. This. Now for this VPN 0, we have to go and create 2 VPN 0 interfaces. One interface is for color MPLS, and one interface is for color internet. And both places you can see the color is restrict. Restrict means that if both sides you have restrict, so MPLS one side restrict, MPLS other side restrict, then only MPLS will form the tunnel. Let me try to explain this restrict. So suppose you have MPLS, if they are restrict, then they will form the IPsec tunnel. If you have internet, suppose if they are not restrict, suppose this is not restrict, then they will form the tunnel here, and since it is not restrict, so you will try to form the tunnel here as well. So if we are not putting restrict, then it will cross the color boundary and try to form the, or try to negotiate the IPsec with the other side. If you define restrict, then it will form the IPsec tunnel within that color range only, within that color only. That's the meaning of restrict. So now we will go and create the template for this, and so many things are there. Let's see. Let me go to the dashboard. Let's search cloud, and let's go to VPN interface. A_VPN 0_. For example, this is for internet. Now it's very important. Shutdown is no. This means no shutdown. Shutdown global, no. What is the interface name? I'll make this as a variable. Interface name is internet. That's a variable you have to put. Then the IP address for this particular interface, this also I'll go and make as a variable. So you can go here, inet IP adder, like that. Great. Then if you scroll down, then it will tell you tunnel is on this interface. Yes. Make this on, turn it on. At the moment you will turn it on, then so many new options will come. So what's the color? We know here the color is, because this is internet interface, so the color is this. We know the color, so we can fix it. Is restrict is on? Yes. Restrict is on. So global, restrict is on. So let's see. So we are enabling the tunnel. Then encapsulation should be IPsec. Restrict, yes. And then you have to allow the services. Few services are no, few services are yes. So here you can see the encapsulation. You should see encapsulation somewhere. That should be IPsec. Let me scroll up. Where is the encapsulation? Okay, it may be somewhere. We'll see. Encapsulation should be IPsec. Okay, then allow services. Now you can see few services are off, few are on. Those are default only. So we'll leave this as a default. If we go to advanced option, in the advanced option, you will see IPsec is on. That is the encapsulation is IPsec and rest of the information related to IPsec. Then NAT, no, we are not using NAT. And then QoS information, then ARP, then 8021X, some advanced options. So this is very much fulfilled. So now we have created one of the template, one of the interface template, right? So we have created this template. Now, next I want to create the template related to MPLS. So what I will do, simply I'll go here and make this MPLS interface, right? We should give the proper naming as well. Otherwise, while pushing the template, it will go and create confusion. So now we have copied, but we have to go and change the variable within the MPLS. So let's go and do that. Shutdown is no. This variable name should be changed. It should be MPLS. And then if I scroll a little down here, you can see the static. This is MPLS IP header. And then can go tunnel is on, and this is nothing but MPLS. Restrict is on. Yes, and rest of the configuration is almost the same. So now we have VPN 0 template. Now I will quickly go and create one template for VPN 512. And then we'll push it. Later on, I'll go and add more templates. So first of all, let's go to this global VPN. We'll give the name as A_VPN 512 template. VPN 512, VPN should be 512. And let's see what other things we have inside VPN 512. At the bottom, we have VPN 512. It has only one static route. That's good. So you have to go and give only one thing here, default route. And you have to go and define the next hop. MGMT, next hop for the management interface. Add, save. Now, just one more template and we are very much done. Now I have to create one template for VPN 512 interface. So we'll scroll down, we'll come here, VPN 512 interface. VPN 512 interface template. Shutdown will be no. Interface name MGMT interface. This is management interface. And then the IP, this should be MGMT interface IP. So here you can see only you have IP, the name is ETH0. That's it. Click save. So now you can see that how many templates we have created. We have created total 11 templates, right? Still we haven't created the service side VPN template on all. We can create later on as well, and we can update our configuration. So no worry. First of all, let's go and create the device specific template. So now we'll go and create the device feature template from the feature templates. What's the model? You can go and model, select the model. What's the device role? SD-WAN Edge template. That's the name, A__ something, DC template. Now you see whatever feature templates we have created, we can go and put here. So system wide, we have created a system DC logging, a logging. You want to add NTP, click here, it will come here. Go and add like this. Then AAA, if we have created AAA, we can use this. OMP, we haven't created, so we'll go and use factory default OMP. BFT, we have created this. Security, we haven't created, so we can go and use factory default security template. As I told you earlier, that if you do not create, Cisco will provide you some default. You can use that default, or you can just rename this default and use it. Then major part, VPN 0. Yes, we have created VPN 0. Then in our case, we have two interfaces. So this is one interface, and then you can go and add one more. If you click here, it will come this side. So first of all, go and add the first one that we have created with some A__ a VPN 0 internet, a VPN 0 MPLS. So this is one of the interface, and then this is one of the interface, right? So we are done with VPN 0. Then VPN 512, we have created VPN 512, a VPN 512, and then you can go and add the interface. So that will be starting with some A__ VPN 512. Now you can see that we have populated this area, but still you can see if I scroll a little down, you can see the service side VPN information. Then you can see some additional template where we can go and add the banner. We have created the banner. Policy, this is the policy, local policy. So if we have some local policy that we have created, I can go and call here. At the moment I haven't created, so leave it as it is. Then SNMP, I'll make none, or maybe you can go and use some pre-built template, but leave it, no problem. The security policy, if this device is working as a security firewall, then we can go and add the security policy. We can check these things later on. So now we can click create. And now our template is created. This is device configuration template or feature template, but it is not attached with anything. We have to go and attach it. It is using 13 feature templates. It is not attached with anything. So let's go here. Do one thing. Do we have DC attached somewhere, or is it T attached? So VH1 is already attached. So I'll do one thing. I'll go ahead and I'll go and detach this template first. Why all the time these validations are failing? I don't know. Okay, let's go back to the configuration and the template. Okay, no problem. So where is my DC? Okay, here we have. What we'll do, let's go and attach this. Let's attach the device. Now you can see this GCVH1 is there. Even I can go and use 2 as well. There's no problem because our template is very much generic. So now we can see it is asking about all the variables. You have option. You can go and download in the Excel and then upload that Excel, or you can go and fill like this. So banner name. What's the banner? Today's SD-WAN class. Then what's the management interface name? That is ETH0. You can validate management interface is ETH0. And this is the IP address for the management. And 3.1 is the gateway. IPv4 address is this. Because we have created the variable name like this, so it is telling us that this is the management interface. This is the management IPv4 address. Now you can see the MPLS gateway. It is coming automatically. Otherwise you have to go and put, but we can go and verify the gateways related to internet and MPLS inside VPN 0. 164.0.1, 164.2.25. 0.1, 2.25. That's right. Then it is asking interface name of MPLS, VPN interface name MPLS. Okay. So MPLS facing interface, what is that? Interface that is Gigi01, and for internet Gigi02, 0/1. Then it is asking the IP address for this interface. Then it is asking the VPN interface name of internet facing interface, and then the IPv4 address for that. And then a few of the information you can see that it is pre-populated because already it was using some template. Otherwise, you can go and change these values, right? I'll go and change this value a underscore, that's the host name. Click update, go next, click here. Now we just wanted to see that do we have change in the configuration? So let's click this config diff side by side, and then it will tell you that host name we are changing. These informations we are not putting. These informations are not, because we are not using SNMP template. We are using some default BFD. These are our new login banner. These are the banner configuration. QoS is missing. NTP is having some different configuration. All the service side VPN security configuration policies are missing. So like that, we have this configuration in this device. Now it is scheduled, so we can wait. Configuration is in progress. We'll wait.
How did you get it to do the side-by-side thing again?
So when you push that, at that time it will, there is option. I'll show you.
Okay.
You can go and check that. Let's wait. This will, oh, now it's successful. Let me quickly show you this, how you can go and check this side by side. So when you have this template, and this is our template, now it is attached with one of the devices. I'll do one thing. I need the configuration for one of the other device that we have. So let's quickly go and get the running configuration for DC. Now you can see the host name got changed. So DC1 VH2. Let's go here. Take the running configuration. And we can go here. Put here this configuration. So same template we are going to reuse. So this template that we have created, now we'll go and attach this template with the DC1 VH2. Again, it will ask all the variables and everything. So we'll go and put that. Now the management is always ETH0, so there's no problem. Then the management IP address, let's see, what is that? VPN 512 IP. That's the IP. Then these are the gateways, that's right. Then MPLS interface, it is asking. MPLS interface is 001, and this is the IP. Gig E 0/1. This is the IP. Then gig E 0/2. Then the IP. Yes, things are okay. I can go here and make this. So now we have filled this configuration. Now if you go next, once you go next here, this page, you can see this device name is here. If you click here, then it will go and show you the config preview and config diff. You have to click this config diff, and then here you have side by side diff. So you click side by side diff, and then it will show you the old configuration and the new configuration. The configuration matches or mismatches, everything it will show you. Then you can click configure devices, and now it is in progress. It is going on. It's in progress, it is going on. And once you see green here, that means it is successful. So once it is successful, now we can go to the place here. We have tools and we have the SSH terminal. And if you go to any of the device, TC VH1 or VH2, click there just to see that the changes. So at the moment, the configuration that we have pushed, in that configuration, we haven't put the service side VPN. I just wanted to increase the font size so you can see. So here we haven't put the service side VPN. So if I go and type show interface description, you will see that there is no VPN 1020 because we haven't created. So gig 03 is not part of any VPN and others. And you can see that we have this up and running. Ethernet interface we have up and running. Everything is okay. Now if you can go and check show run, so you can see that host name we have changed. The rest of the things we haven't changed. And if I scroll up, you can see the banner and all those things. So banner we have changed, right? Today's class and all. So now this device is running with our configuration. Only thing I haven't added here is the service VPNs and other policies and all. Obviously, later on when we'll study more about OSPF, OMP, BFTs, firewall and all, then I'll go and add the service VPN templates as well. Okay. So this is one of the, you can say, the robust class. I have done this within maybe 30-35 minutes, but when you will do, it may take 2-3 hours for first time. But keep practicing, watch my video. The way I have copied this and the way I have break these things in a small pieces. So you can also break these small pieces, create your templates, create maybe 6 template first. Whenever you are creating template, if you do not create this system and all, everything will be fine, there is no problem. But you have to create at least VPN 0 and VPN 512. VPN 0, VPN 512 template, VPN 0 interface, VPN 512 interface. If you create those things, then your template will get pushed successfully. It will form the control connections. Here you can go and check show control connections. So it will tell you all these DTLS connection. It will tell you the what's the port number 12346. If any problem with this port, then it will go and jump that port. By default, we have all those settings in the configuration. So you can see that I can reach to VS Smart over 2 different transport, but you can see previous class I told you that for the vManage you have only one connection, right? You have only one, and that is what it is preferring MPLS. So now if you want to change this from MPLS to internet, then what you need to do, we have to go to the, let me show you quickly, this is interesting. So you can go to the configuration and template. Let's search our feature template for VPN interface. This is our VPN interface. If you go and click edit, and if I scroll this little slowly, maybe advanced, if you go to advanced, let's see what is there in advanced. MAC address, MTU, do not frame TLOC. Okay, in advanced we have TLOC exchange. We do not have anything related to vManage. Yeah, you can see vManage connection preference. So by default it is 5. By default it will be 5. Its value is from 1 to 8. Maximum is 8. So if I go and make this one, that means that internet connection is also 5. Internet link, vManage connection preference is 5. So that means that instead of MPLS, it will go and form the tunnel over internet, because now the weight we are giving, let me show you this thing. The weight we are giving for connection for this vManage over the MPLS interface is 1. By default, it is 5. So let's see. You can see we are making this 1. And if you go and check internet, so it is not showing because default it is not showing, but by default it is 5. So that means the internet connection preference to the vManage is over the internet, the vManage connection preference is 5. Over the MPLS it is 1. So that means now the vManage connection, it will go and prefer over the internet instead of MPLS. So if I scroll down here, if I go to DC, let's log in. If you do show control connections, see the vManage connection is over internet. Initially it was over MPLS. Because of that, and you can see the uptime is 7 seconds or something. Right, so a small change we have done in the template, and whatever templates are attached, whatever devices are attached with that particular template, actually in all the devices, now this configuration change has happened. So that's the power we have. Suppose from one template, you are configuring, in one template you have one SNMP configuration, and that template is attached with 200 devices. If you do that a small change in the SNMP, it will automatically push to all these 200 devices. So we do not need to worry and log into all the 200 devices and do it, because now everything is managed from vManage template. Once you do the change in this one place, in one template, all the connected device to that particular template will get that configuration. All right, so this was the class related to template. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.